Hey folks, and welcome back to Pattaya. First thing I want to say is thank you. That's easy enough. You guys watching, that's all of you. You make the difference for us. But the second thing I want to say is Happy New Year. Today is New Year's Eve, the big party night. But it's in the morning. We've had a lot of activity here today. If you remember last time, I showed you some construction going on in the yard. I'll show you what's going on with that. It's about done. By the end of the episode, it'll make more sense. It'll be totally done. But for right now, what I want to do, what this is really about, since it's New Year's Eve and there's a countdown, I have two top 10 lists for you. We'll count down from 10 to 1. First, the most popular, your favorite videos of the year. The reason I know they're your favorites, they're the ones with the most views. And then a second top 10 list of my personal favorite videos of the year. And I'll talk more about that later, but let's jump into it with the top 10 most viewed videos of the year, your favorite videos. So counting down from number 10, we move Thailand Phil out of his hotel accommodation on Soi Buakhao into a condo accommodation. Also on Soi Buakhao, Diana Estates. Now, this place has been here for 35 years. I was just there the other day again seeing him. He actually is moving out. He's been here now 3 months. This was about 3 months ago. But we took a look at the grounds. We took a look at the pools, couple nice pools there, and of course his condo unit. I believe he was paying about $17,000 a month for this, but like I said, his term is up and he is moving elsewhere. So maybe next year we'll follow up and see where he lands. In the number 9 spot, it finds us doing a hotel comparison, $200 a month to $1,000 a month. That's quite a spread right there, but I think both sides of the spectrum well covered. The first was a $200 a month guest house, very basic but in a good location and very clean, very serviceable. The $1,000 a month accommodation was at a long stay hotel on 3rd Road, the LK Presidente, and maybe could even be considered as being downright opulent. Kitchen, balconies, big bedroom, the whole 9 yards. So plus all the facilities you'd expect like pools, gyms, etc. Not so much in the $200 a month guest house, but I think people like the contrast and it gives them an idea of what their dollar gets them here. Coming in at number 8, we spend the night in Boys Town. So that's right, we checked into the Ambiance Hotel. Quite a value, I think. It's 600 baht a night. At least that's what it was on this night. Nice big spacious room. We also took in the show and had something to eat. And we did a whole evening here in Boys Town. But we'll take another look at this because this also made it in to my personal favorite list. So we'll see this again later. At number 7, Bangkok Beauties face off at Nana Plaza. So this actually turned out to be a bit of a trilogy. We had a beauty pageant at the Bangkok Hooters here at Nana Plaza, followed up by one in Pattaya, and then another final back in Bangkok. We did all 3, but Hooters was a great venue for this. The staff was remarkable there, and we would do it again. We had a great time. In the number 6 slot, we sail out from Bali Hai Pier to spend an evening on Pattaya Bay. It's a beautiful cruise ship, nice buffet. We're greeted by models, dancers, a floor show, and also the buffet includes beer. We had a great time aboard the All-Star cruise ship. I show this to give examples of alternative evenings in Pattaya, and number 5 is basically ditto, but this time it's a squid boat. We left Bali Hai Pier, we boarded a speedboat to get out to the big squid barge where we enjoyed evening cocktails, a beautiful Pattaya sunset, and met some new friends out here. Also, after dinner, the big attraction is you go and catch squid. So I don't know that I caught any squid or even stuck around for that, but V did. The girls seemed to like it, and after they catch them, that's right, they eat them. Anyway, we had a good time aboard the Oriental Ocean. Now, literally at number 4, this just snuck in the last day or two. I had this all ready to go. I had to change everything because this video keeps getting views. It's up to almost 100,000. It's, of course, the other day when we had Christmas here and I gave V her gold necklace. I apologize for all you that watched it with your Thai partner only to hear from them, "Hey, where's mine?" You know, I got a couple messages like that thanking me. But anyway, V, it put a smile on her face, and this is something she's been wanting. I figured it was the perfect time to get it for her. So coming in at numbers 3 and 2, respectively, was our trips out to the Call Sports Lounge. So recently we visited out here on Thanksgiving Day. We talked to Miss Ta, the proprietor out here, who wanted to sell the whole thing and move to the U.S. But prior to that, we had visited out here and toured the guest room, toured the whole property actually. I think a lot of people found that appealing. Maybe due to the low cost of the rooms at, I believe, only 5,000 baht a month. That's under 150 US dollars. But for that, you get everything under one roof. You get your room, your balcony, and of course, you get a restaurant, you get the sports lounge, all the TVs playing sports, and even things like pool and darts leagues and all that stuff. So I think a lot of people were interested in that, apparently. Our trips to the Call Sports Bar are responsible for videos number 2 and 3. And finally, coming in at number 1, the most viewed video of the year was spending the day at a no-clothes resort right here in Pattaya. That's right, the Chan Naturist Resort. Don't worry, we'll look at this again later because in addition to being the most viewed video, it also made it into my top 10 favorites. So what makes a video into one of my favorites? Well, it's basically 3 criteria, maybe 3 buckets that could go in. 1, it's what we learned and what we experienced along the way, the impression it left. I guess number 2 would be the people that were involved. Oftentimes we meet some fantastic people along the way, and they also leave quite an impression, and in some cases even I end up making the video for them. And number 3 is your feedback. The feedback that I get from you, the viewer, whether it was useful, how that impacted what you do here, whatever, lots of different feedback. So if it's one that I got a lot of feedback from, we met special people, or just the experience in itself was inspiring to us or left a lasting impression, it could land on my top 10 favorites list. We've got the new Spirit House up. That's what this was all about, a new Spirit House. We wanted a new Spirit House put up. And you know, Spirit Houses predate Buddhism. So it really, I won't say it doesn't have anything to do with that. It does have something to do. It's kind of evolved. But there were Spirit Houses before there was Buddhism. Anyway, let's jump in to my top 10 favorite videos of the year, and I'll tell you why. Same drill, starting at number 10, our trip to the Tiger House Resort. Now, I spoke a little bit about what it means to be a favorite video of mine. This one falls into the category of feedback. Not only the feedback I got from you, the viewers, but also the feedback I got from the proprietor of the establishment who claims the business went turned around about 180 degrees, put it that way. So a lot of people were interested in this. A lot of people came out here. A lot of people messaged me and said, "Hey, thanks for the recommendation. We had a great time out there." So for that reason, it comes in at number 10 on my list. Number 9, this is something a little bit different, buying shots in Pattaya, not the kind that most people buy. This is shooting a gun. Now, just the other day, I met a lady from England in a bar on Soi 7, and she said, "I had never shot a gun before, but I watched the video and I came here and we just got back from the firing range." This nice lady here invited me back out. She's got more guns for me to shoot. Maybe next year I'll make another trip out there, but I'm glad some of the viewers actually went out and tried this and maybe realized their own dreams. At number 8 on my favorites list, it's getting stuck across the border in Cambodia. That's right, we took a little road trip and ended up crossing into Cambodia. Not to realize that the border crossing closed at 10 o'clock at night. So we stayed the night here. If you're stuck somewhere, not a bad place to get stuck, in a nice casino hotel. We had a good time out here. I won a little bit of money, and it was something different. When this day started, I had no idea we'd be spending the night in Cambodia, especially at a casino. But that's how it is sometimes. great time. One of my favorite trips of the year. Now at number 7, it's a Pattaya Sky Ride, one of the least viewed videos of my favorite bunch. But I tell you, this one falls into the impression it made. This was quite an experience. And of course, some very dear close friends took us out here, but I had a great time.
I thought I was going in the drink for sure.
So that's right, Parasailing Pattaya at number 7. Now, at number 6, something a little bit different here. This one definitely comes down to a favorite due to the content. This is the newest 5-star resort here in Pattaya. Big, grand, opulent with a space theme. The staff did a great job. Even though we were here on opening day, they acted like they had worked there for years in most cases. But our guest room was fantastic. We toured the whole property from the 32nd floor restaurant, gym, of course the water park, the amazing pools. We had a good time. It was a good time, and I think a lot of people also have provided feedback about, hey, they wanted to stay here, or some of them, they have stayed there. So the newest thing in Pattaya, always going to be a favorite of mine. Number 5 on my list was touring a mangrove. This was while we were in Koh Lanta. Another little bit of a sleeper, this video here, but I've really enjoyed making this. V and I had a great time. We're our own private boat. Our guide, he turned out to be pretty special as well. We had visitors along the way in the form of the monkeys. A little bit of tomfoolery going on board as well. But it was great spending a day in nature, and this wasn't a whole lot of money, but I really recommend it. It's definitely a nice way to kind of be out, connect with nature, and see something totally different. So my number 4 favorite video of the year still finds us in southern Thailand, this time on the island of Phuket for the Bike Week 2022. Now, keep in mind, this is the first, or was the first, Bike Week since the pandemic. So it was a little bit special in that regard, and it was kind of out in the middle of nowhere on the island of Phuket, not by the beaches or anything like that. So it was a little slow to kick off, but the second night was very good. Saturday night was a bit of a show, and a lot of people came out from all over Southeast Asia, from Malaysia, from Vietnam, etc. And you can see it was a packed house, and it was a really good time. So it was nice to see the Bike Week event starting back up again, and it's always one of my favorite events to attend, and for that reason, it comes in at number 4 on my list of favorite videos for the year. So now, at number 3, we looked at this earlier in the most viewed. It was the most viewed video of the year, spending the day at a no-close resort. So we had some friends in town that took us here to the Chan Naturist Resort, and it left quite an impression on me. It was something new and different, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed my time out there, as did V. She didn't do the whole naturist thing. She kept her bathing suit on. Apparently that was allowed. That might not be allowed, depending on your experience might vary. But at the end of the day, this was something new and different, and I think a lot of people curious about this. Maybe a place they'd like to know what happens at places like this, but they don't go. So I went so you don't have to. There you go. Number 2, we also looked at in the top list of the most viewed, and it was our night in Boys Town. This definitely comes down to a favorite for the people that we met along the way. Everybody we ran into was just so nice, so warm, so welcoming. We've met some subscribers down there. Even after our night here in the Boys Town and the cabaret show that we went to, they took us to a nightclub elsewhere. It was a great night, and we enjoyed the hotel, we enjoyed the cabaret show, but we especially enjoyed the company of everybody we met. So for that reason, this comes in at number 2 on the list. Like I said, a lot of times it's the people that make the difference in these videos. That's what makes this one of my favorites. And finally, my number 1 favorite video of the year also happens to be my very first video of the year. The first video of 2022 was spending the night in the rice field with some rat men. Rat men, or, well, these rat men at least,
are retired military. They make their living by helping rice farmers eradicate the rat problem. We went out, we laid some traps, we pitched a tent, we collected the rats in the evening, the ones that were caught in the traps, and they cooked a couple up. I tasted it. Now, that's a little bit of a rite of passage for your first time out here. I didn't want to disappoint these guys. They were so good to us, and after all, I kind of made this video for them. They treated us so well, and they left quite an impression. So, although it was a cold night, although it took 2 days to film this video instead of maybe the normal 2 hours, it comes in as at one of my favorites just for the experiences that we had, the people that we met, and the beauty of the surrounding area and all the memories that we have.
There you go. My top 10 favorites of the year. I hope you'll let me know what your favorite video or episode was of the year, or if you got a couple, let me know. That's incredible feedback, and I like hearing that. I did this last year, and that's the feedback I got from people, so I'm hoping to replicate that again this year. But I'm going to show you this. The Spirit House was up, and V had a monk come by, and we had a big spread of food, I guess, to rein in this new Spirit House here. And this was very special for her. She put a lot of planning into this, unbeknownst to me. I just knew there was a guy out here with some bricks and mortar. I didn't really know what was going on. But as we got into it, that kind of evolved and I kind of understood. So she put a lot of planning, and to see it all unfold this morning on New Year's Eve right here, yeah, I think it was quite moving for her. She had a little bit too much morning though. She's in there asleep right now after all the festivities and the ceremony and all that. She had chemo Thursday. Today's her second day out of chemo. That's historically, from the last couple doses, that's been her best day, the second day after chemo. So I'm glad it fell on a good day for her. But anyway, hopefully we'll have another good year next year. We'll see what 2023 brings, but I sincerely hope all of you have a great, fantastic 2023. And enjoy New Year's Eve. Enjoy ringing in the Happy New Year, especially if you're in Pattaya.
So there you go, 2022 year in review. That's a wrap. So hopefully we'll have new adventures next year, but for this year and this episode, I'm going to have to go ahead and leave it off right here.
And as usual, I'll thank you for watching. And until next time, bye for now.